How many times have you been knocked down in your professional career? I mean, there were in the Andy Ruiz fight, you were knocked down 5 times.
5 times, and then once against Vladimir Klitschko.
What was the worst punch you ever took, do you think?
To be fair, they're all bad.
Really?
They're all bad.
You see in fights sometimes where if you come back, so let's say I've landed like a good uppercut, and then you're there, and then you might be out or as good as, but you're being propped up, and then I can keep punching.
Correct.
Dishing out more punishment. And that's always the bit that worries me.
For who, though? Who does it worry? Why would it worry?
On behalf of the victim.
Why?
Because I'm thinking he's gone, and the only thing keeping him up
is a rope.
And
those punches.
And the punches.
Yeah.
And obviously it's the ref's job to step in.
Yeah.
But it's also the idea of the repeated concussive effect of the blows, dishing out long-term damage.
Well, I would advise most boxers, please think of your career after. You put yourself first and you look after your health, because that is the most important thing in life.
How would you know if you were beginning to suffer the effects of traumatic brain injury?
Okay, the medicals, you do your yearly brain check, but the thing is with...
They can only check so much.
That's what I was going to say. There's no MRI scan that can show concussive bruising to the brain. They can only show
they open up, sometimes after they're dead, they open up the brains
and then they find out.
And it looks like Swiss cheese.
Honestly, yeah. So you don't know until it's too late.
Presumably things like headaches, memory loss.
Yeah, dementia.
Alzheimer,
Parkinson's.
Erratic behaviour, mood swings,
depression. Yeah. You know, there's this stigma that AJ can't take a punch. AJ's afraid to get hit.
Who said that?
Well, people, my critics.
Really?
Who are sometimes the loudest ones in the room. My goal is to not get knocked out. My goal is to knock out my opponents. Because I'll never shut my brain down for the love of the sport. No way. Because I know the sport don't love you back.